Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ali Habibnia, and I'm the scientific chair of the summer school. On behalf of the Pasargad Advanced Research Initiative, welcome to the Big Data Economics Summer School. For this summer school, it is a 4-day event, and we have 7 guest speakers. They're all rock stars in the field of big data, and I'm sure it's a good opportunity for our audience to have a good lectures in big data and different aspects of big data, from theory to computational aspects. For today, we will have 2 sessions, and our first speaker is Doin Farmer. But before inviting him, I would like to invite Dr. Majid Qasemi, the CEO of Pasargad Bank, the sponsor of this event, to come to this place and welcome you.
Thank you and good morning. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Distinguished scholars, dear colleagues, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to extend to you all a very warm welcome to Iran and to Khatam University. It's gratifying to note that this second summer school of Pasargad Advanced Research Initiative brings together prominent scientists and speakers from a number of renowned universities and institutions around the globe. I'm grateful to all of you for participating in this important gathering of prolific minds of Khatam University on various complex economic issues, especially big data economics. In my career, I have had the privilege to initiate a number of significant projects of national importance in different economic sectors. As the governor of the Central Bank of Iran during the years of imposed war, I was able to provide for all the financial requirements of the country while preserving the purchasing power of the Iranian population by containing the national inflation at acceptable rates. Despite the huge cost and burden of war, we always honored our commitments and never defaulted on any of our payment obligations. I supported the country to get self-sufficient in manufacturing cement and steel at that time, and also the agricultural sector to flourish and reach new heights. As the acting Minister of Energy, I localized the fabrication of large dams, increasing Iran's total number of dams under construction from 3 to 67. In electricity at the time, Iran's total installed capacity was 12,000 megawatt, with 9,000 megawatt damaged during the war. We not only repaired all those power plants, but built new ones, increasing the country's total installed capacity to 30,000 megawatt at that time. And now the capacity is 70,000 megawatt. And most recently, in year 2005, together with few other experienced bankers, we established Bank Pasargad Financial Group, which includes Bank Pasargad as its cornerstone. In comparison to a human life, we would be called a toddler now. Today, Bank Pasargad is the second largest bank in Iran in terms of market capitalization among all 30 licensed Iranian banks. It is not only Iran's largest bank in terms of paid-up capital, but has been recognized internationally as Iran's leading and premier bank. For 5 years, during the past 6, Bank Pasargad has been awarded as Bank of the Year by the Banker magazine, years 2010, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. In two successive years, 2015 and 16, the Euromoney magazine has named Bank Pasargad as the best bank in Iran. During 4 successive years, ending in 2016, Bank Pasargad was awarded by the banker as the best Islamic bank in Iran. In 4 continuous years, the bank annually received the MAKE Award, being recognized as Iran's most admired knowledge enterprise, as well as the European Foundation for Equality Management Award. In 2014, despite years of international sanctions against Iran and multitudes of negative propaganda, and without having a single branch outside our own borders, Bank Pasargad was recognized as the world's 233rd top bank. Within the Pasargad group of companies, we have been able to create Iran's largest private ICT holding company by the name of FANAW, one of Iran's largest industrial holding corporation by the name of MIDCO, with a capacity of annually produce 8 million tons of iron ore concentrate, 3 million tons of spun iron, 7.5 million tons of iron ore pellet, and 4.2 million tons of steel billet, among a total of 11 products, which shall all reach international markets in 2017. One of Iran's largest project management companies, specialized in energy, by the name of PEDC, itself owning 3 power plants, 2 jack-up rigs, and numerous pipeline projects, and so many petrochemical projects. And our last holding company, Nasim Salamat Pasargad, intending to build 7 healthcare cities throughout Iran, comprised of 7 hospitals of 1,000 beds each, 7 medical schools, 7 residential areas, and up to 50,000 beds of hotel space. These are not small achievements for a toddler. But I have always regretted why a country with depth of history and richness of culture as Iran, home to likes of Razi, Khayyam, Ferdowsi, Hafez, and Abu Ali Sina, should not own a true world-class university. I mean a university at the same level as the Ivy League, with Nobel Prize laureates walking the hallways and interacting with students. Having such university in Iran is not only justified because of our historical past, but also due to Iran's future growth potentials. The Iranian economy will be one of the fastest growing economies in the world and fastest growing in the Middle East, North Africa, MENA region, over the next 5 years, with an estimated annual GDP growth rate of 6 to 8%. After the removal of most sanctions, not all sanctions, unfortunately, the Iranian nominal GDP is forecasted to reach $429 billion for the year 2016, and further shall rise to $462 billion in 2017. And if we do not invest in our education system, we shall fall further behind the world's leading economies, as knowledge is ever more vital to our societies and economies, and other countries have understood the important role elite universities play in this purpose. China has engineered an explosion in higher education, the most significant in human history, producing the world's largest number of PhD scientists and engineers. Singapore hosts 90,000 international students in a number of academic programs, as well as a campus of INSEAD, the Global Business School. In India, the Human Resource Development Minister has stated that India needs 800 new institutions of higher education by 2020 in order to raise the participation rate, the percentage of college-age population enrolled in institutions of higher education from 12.4% to 30%. There are at least 162 branch campuses of Western universities in Asia and the Middle East. Today, the world is changing before our eyes. We live in time when universities should be regarded as players of paramount importance in a global system increasingly driven by knowledge, information, and ideas. Knowledge is replacing other resources as the main driver of economic growth. And education has increasingly become the foundation for individual prosperity and social mobility. Higher education generates broader economic growth as well as individual success. A recent study determined that universities contributed nearly £60 billion to the economy of the United Kingdom in the year 2007-2008. We have established the foundations of Khatam University on three principles of: first, academic freedom; second, autonomy of academic units; and third, shared governance. We aim to establish this university as the region's center of academic excellence and soon becoming one of the world's top universities by focusing on high-impact areas and groundbreaking innovative research. Last year, I invited 40 Iranian expatriate scholars and professors from internationally renowned universities to a brainstorming session. I asked them a very simple question: how can I rapidly build a world-class university? They formed different working groups and consulted with renowned visionaries and prominent scientists, and finally came up with a plan. I am not going to introduce to you this plan, but Pasargad Advanced Research Initiative is a short-term milestone of the larger plan. Things are now moving rapidly. In addition to the Big Data Economics program, this week, we commenced our graduate school on market design, and next week, we shall open our specialized school on cyber-physical systems. All these events were received with great interest by the scientific community in Iran. In all three programs, we had considerably more applicants than what we can accommodate. In concluding, I believe we are standing on the verge of a very exciting initiative leading to a novel era in the scientific development of Iran and the region. All those we wish to take part in this wonderful but challenging undertaking are most welcome to join us in Pasargad Advanced Research Initiative. No matter how much we can do to help the next generation of Iranians or mankind alike, whether it be in research or development, it is never enough. We must join our efforts to tackle and solve the problems facing humanity, such as disease, world hunger, deforestation, global warming, and shortage of water in order to save our planet. I wish you every success in your deliberations and in conducting your classes, as well as a very pleasant stay amongst us in Khatam University. Thank you very much.